Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Battlefield 2042 as of your guys' request. You guys voted for this in the poll that I did on what games you guys want me to review. I probably will be reviewing the other games on that list at some point in time. Just right now, Battlefield 2042 is on the top of my priority just because you guys wanted me to talk about it. I just got done with playing about 4 hours of the game, I would say. I wanted to catch myself up on Battlefield 2042. I played it around the time it came out, but I wanted to refresh myself, so I went and played about 4 hours and recorded. And I'll just say that I don't have a lot of nice things to say about the game, but I'm gonna get into talk about it here in a second. Before we get into this video, I just want to say, if you guys enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can unsubscribe later if you don't like what I'm making on the channel anymore, but it would really help me out a lot. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is honestly one of my biggest problems with Battlefield 2042 is the map design. I think the map design in this game is absolutely atrocious, and here's why. There is no cover for infantry at all. Infantry have pretty much no cover in this game at all from vehicles, snipers, things like this. So sniping and vehicles are incredibly overpowered in this game because there's very little buildings or cover for you to hide behind, and there's just massive open fields for snipers to dome you from the other side of the map, and for vehicles and helicopters and stuff to immediately gun you down as soon as you even step out from cover at all. And almost every single map has this problem. Some of them have it worse than others, but almost every map in the game has this glaring issue, and I think it needs to be changed, or the game is not going to be very fun to play, because you literally in this game, because it's a battle of 128 players. Obviously, because they increased the player count, they increased the size of the maps. But instead of increasing the size of the maps and like still adding cover and all that, the map is just one big wide open map for 128 players to battle on, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Not to mention, because of the maps being bigger and there being more players, more vehicles spawn, which means you get killed by vehicles even more often because of the fact that there's literally double the amount of vehicles than there normally is. You literally could spend, especially in my experience, you can spend 5 minutes running to an objective, get like maybe a kill, and then by the time you make it to the objective, you've been destroyed by a vehicle, and now you have to respawn and run all the way back to that objective just to die to a vehicle or a sniper again. It's just not that fun, and this game really forces you to play sniper, to play with a sniper rifle. It really, really does. I enjoy sniping in this game. I actually played a decent amount of my gameplay of my 4 hours with a sniper rifle, but I feel like it's the game forces you into that playstyle, because if you want to play up close and personal and be in the action constantly, it's very hard in this game in comparison to something like Battlefield 5. In Battlefield 5, you could very easily get back into the action. You just spawn onto one of the objectives, and you're instantly back into the action, and the action is constantly ongoing, and you can constantly get in gunfights, and vehicles aren't as overpowered. Yes, in Battlefield 5, vehicles are strong, but you can easily find cover from vehicles in Battlefield 5. Almost every map in the game, except for a couple maps that I can think of off the top of my head, have a lot of cover that makes it really easy to hide from vehicles, and also makes it really easy to hide from snipers. That doesn't mean sniping is bad in Battlefield 5. It just means that it's balanced. A lot of the maps in Battlefield 2042 promote bad gameplay from first of all, if you want to have a high kill game in Battlefield 2042, you need to be in a vehicle. If you're not in a vehicle, you're not going to have a high kill game, because vehicles literally will carry you through Battlefield 2042. Hop in a helicopter that a teammate's flying and get in the gunner and just start gunning people down. Doesn't matter if you get shot down. You'll probably get 20 kills before you get shot down, because vehicles are so ridiculous. Hop in a tank with a teammate. Like I said, use the gunners. There's a lot of things about vehicles in this game that's just really not fun and really annoying to go against, especially from someone in Battlefield 5 who liked to play medic a lot and get up in the action and stay in the middle of the map and just constantly be reviving people and gunning down enemies with my SMG at close range. You can't do that in Battlefield 2042, because if you try to, like I said, a helicopter is going to fly by and gun you down because you're out in the open, or a sniper is going to see you from 600 meters away and snipe you from a crane or something. there's a lot of problems with this game map design wise, and I feel like that's one of the biggest issues. Not to mention, map destruction isn't really existent in this game. In comparison to some of the other games where you can like basically destroy entire buildings. And in Battlefield 4, for example, you could literally, in the middle of the game, an entire skyscraper would fall down and completely destroy half the map and make half the map a completely new experience. You can't do that in Battlefield 2042. You can't destroy radio towers. You can't destroy. Most buildings have a lot of weird bugs where just some walls won't even blow up or won't even destroy themselves. There's a lot of bugs where objects and props won't move with gunshots or explosives. And then some props, when you shoot at them, it'll destroy the entire desk, which is just completely unrealistic. There's a lot of weird destruction bugs in this game that just ruins the immersion of the game. Besides specialists, which I'll get into in a minute, map destruction in this game really ruins the experience. I also want to talk about gunplay. Gunplay is a huge problem in Battlefield 2042 as well, on top of all the map problems and vehicle problems. The guns really do not feel satisfying to use. I don't really know how else to describe it. It feels non-responsive. Your gun feels like a gun that I would find in like some alpha version of an indie game. That's the best way for me to describe it. This is not a AAA experience gunplay wise. It does not feel like a AAA developer developed this gunplay. It feels like a solo indie dev in his basement coded this in like a month and put it into the game. It really does not. It feels off, and I really hope they fix it because I don't really know how to describe it other than your gun doesn't feel like a gun. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It just doesn't feel responsive and doesn't feel nice. The only guns that I actually really enjoy to use in this game is the snipers. Next thing I want to talk about is specialists. Specialists completely ruin the experience of the game and make it absolutely atrocious to play. Specialists ruin the gameplay of Battlefield. It's not a Battlefield game with specialists. I know exactly why they did it. They wanted to make more money by selling skins for specialists, but please don't bring specialists into Battlefield. They ruin the experience. Keep the class setups. It's a way better experience. Specialists ruin the game because A, it promotes bad gameplay, and B, they completely ruin the immersion of this game. The specialist voice lines in this game are actually terrible. I'll play some of them. I'll play some of them right now.
Look at this serious team, hey? Let's have fun.
Come on. This is too easy.
Fights like that keep you sharp.
Yeah! Angel does it again!
And all of those voice lines are all intro and outro voice lines that your character will say at the end of a match. And it's just completely cringy and ruins the entire experience of Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 was supposed to be like this end of the world mass warfare between every country in the world. And because the world was supposed to be falling apart, it was supposed to be this massive battle that was supposed to be very, very serious. It was basically like World War III, pretty much. I mean, if we're being honest, that's pretty much what it is. And this makes it seem like they're in a game. This feels like you're playing like Apex or something. Like, it's actually cringy. And it completely ruins everything about Battlefield. Not to mention specialists ruin gameplay, as I said previously. Specialists promote people to not play in a teamwork or squad-like way. I don't really know why this is, but there's a lot of people that will just bring specialists with the grappling hook and stuff and just basically not help their team at all. I've literally downed in the middle of like 5 medics and a bunch of my teammates, and they don't want to come up and revive me. They will literally let you bleed out and don't care about reviving you. Whereas if you go to something like Battlefield 5, your teammates will revive you, and they'll always be wanting to do that because it incentivizes them to do it to level up their class, their medic class. And it also incentivizes them in the sense of they get more points towards their score on the scoreboard, which the game doesn't have a scoreboard or voice chat for that matter. So this game really incentivizes people not to play as a team. It incentivizes you to run around and play this like Call of Duty. And it really does not feel right. The only features that I think that they added in this game that are actually feel good and I actually really enjoy them is the being able to change your attachments with mid-match. Like while you're spawned in, you can switch attachments, which I think is a really cool feature and I think should come back. And I also understand why they added tac sprint. I know a lot of people don't like tac sprint, but I think tac sprint actually, the reason why they added it was because the maps are so big. If we didn't have tac sprint in this game, it would be a lot slower than it already is. And I think tac sprint was needed, but I do not think they should continue to bring tac sprint into the game. It ruins the game and makes it feel like I'm playing Warzone, and that's not what I'm playing. Not to mention, the reason why you guys aren't going to be seeing very much good Battlefield 2042 gameplay, and you're not going to be seeing good clips in the background, you're just going to be seeing me die repeatedly over and over and over again, most likely, is because after like 3 hours of playing the game and recording the game, I was finally about to get off so I could go record this video, and my PC blue screened, which completely got rid of all of the recordings on my all of the recording on my OBS was gone. The OBS recording was gone because my PC blue screened, and it has only blue screened like once in the past, and it was for I can't even remember what it was for, but that kind of shows how bad this game runs. This game is actually atrocious to play. To get the recording for this video, I had to play the game on medium settings with a really like decent PC. My PC is not low specs at all, and I had to put the game on medium settings to even be able to record it. Whereas comparison to like Battlefield 5, I can play the game easily on high settings and still record. And Battlefield 5, not to mention, in my opinion, looks better than Battlefield 2042. Same thing with Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 look way better than the Battlefield 2042, in my opinion. So in my opinion, if you're looking for some sort of Battlefield experience that you're really just craving that Battlefield experience, if you want a modern-ish shooter, just go to Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is still a great game, and I actually really enjoy Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is probably my favorite Battlefield of all time. And then not to mention Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 are still really good games. Yes, they have their problems. I'm not actually a big fan of Battlefield 1. I know a lot of people like Battlefield 1, but I really am not a fan. Battlefield 5, I'm more of a fan of than Battlefield 1. But you could literally buy those games. I bought those games in a bundle on a sale for like $20 for all the DLCs for all three of those games. And those games will bring you way more fun and way more enjoyment, especially with friends, than Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 is more disappointing and frustrating than anything else. The game had so much potential, and I'm just saying, whoever did the marketing for that game, oh my god, they did a great job because they baited us all. The game had so much potential, and there was so many things that this game could have done right if they just delayed it another 2 years, or maybe not even 2, like 1 year. If they delayed it another 1 year, a lot of these problems wouldn't be in the game. The game would probably be a way better game than it is right now. I mean, yes, the specialist would still be in the game and all that, which I still think is a terrible idea, but the game would be in a lot better of a state. I haven't even began to talk about how there's not that many guns in the game. I think there's 20 something weapons in the game on launch, which is way less than any other Battlefield has ever had. So this game has a lot of other problems other than these, but these were like the major problems that I talked about. Because if I went through and talked about everything that's wrong with Battlefield 2042, this video would literally be an hour long probably. And I don't feel like it's worth making a video that long to talk about Battlefield 2042 when you guys can just kind of see the problems just based off of these main points. But if you guys want a Battlefield, go buy Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, or Battlefield 4. Just buy those. They're way better games. And completely avoid Battlefield 2042. This game is absolutely atrocious. I really hope they just issue refunds to everyone and just move on and act like this game never existed, because it really is a terrible game. This game had a lot of potential, like I said, and that's what's so disappointing, is I feel if this game just had a little bit more time to cook, it would have been an amazing game and probably would have brought so many new players into the Battlefield community. This game had a lot of potential and a lot of hype behind it that if they capitalized on, could have literally brought Battlefield back onto the map. But now it makes Battlefield look way worse than it already was. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be doing more review type videos like this in the future on other games, like the Halo Infinite campaign I'm wanting to review at some point. And I'm also wanting to review the new Forza game. And I also consider reviewing Dead by Daylight. I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming related videos in the near future, along with some more Discord related videos. If you guys don't know, I do Discord related videos as well. So if you guys want to vote on any future videos or anything like that, just hit that subscribe button. You can go to my community tab and vote on what videos you guys want to see next. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after.